The Four Seasons collection is arguably one of Grand Seiko's most important and celebrated watch lines. Over the years, new releases in the collection have kept collectors intrigued, and enthusiasts continue to discover their beauty. But for many, nothing has quite matched the magic of the original series. They don't make them like they used to, you know that saying. This SBGA415G hails from that venerated series, and while its more revered sibling, the Cherry Blossom, often takes the spotlight, this Taisetsu holds a quieter kind of power. It doesn't charm through color or flourish. Instead, it invites you in through restraint and thoughtfulness. Let's talk about it. Check out Swiss Connection watches for your next watch. Also, do consider subscribing. It means a lot. Thank you. The Four Seasons collection is inspired by Japan's 24 Sekki, a calendar of 24 microseasons. Each watch tells a story of a specific microseason, from the first breath of spring to the deep snow of winter. When the initial quartet of Four Seasons watches was launched back in 2019, it caused quite a stir as it was initially a US market-only release. Call it fate or sheer marketing genius, this quartet of market-restricted watches quickly gained immense interest from people around the world and demonstrated that Grand Seiko could replicate the brilliance of the snowflake and improve on it. In 2021, Grand Seiko made the Four Seasons watches available worldwide. This SBGA415 comes in a 40mm high-intensity titanium case with a thickness of 12.8mm and a lug-to-lug of 47mm. It uses the 62GS case architecture, which has a bezel-less design and a sleeker, sharper case, making it sportier compared to the 44GS case. Not to mention, give the watch its uniquely recognizable visual wrist presence that has positioned it as a grail for Grand Seiko lovers. The lightweight case is made from Grand Seiko's proprietary grade 5 titanium called high-intensity titanium, which has a slightly darker shade than what we're used to. The case is polished with the brand's distortion-free black polishing technique, #Zoratsu, with altering brushed and mirror polishes to accentuate the sporty angles of the 62GS case. You get a 3-link titanium bracelet that tapers ever so slightly towards the clasp with 2 half links for more precise fitting and a 3-fold clasp with push button release. Like many Grand Seikos, the highlight of this watch is the dial. It doesn't glow or shine, instead it glints. The pressed dial texture resembles the deep snow covering the pine trees in Japan. Because of the rich texture, the dial morphs from gray to shimmering silver depending on the lighting. Each marker is applied by hand and is immaculately polished, with beveled edges and ridges. Even the faceted sword hands are brushed on top and have beveled edges. Add to that a gliding heat-blued seconds hand, visually captivating against the cold dial. This level of poetic detail drives Grand Seiko lovers to go on and on about why investing in a Grand Seiko timepiece is better than sending your kids to college. Who needs that? Additionally, there's a gold applied GS logo at 12, which is actually sitting on supports, so it looks like it's floating above the dial with a black printed Grand Seiko right underneath. Then you have the polarizing power reserve indicator on the bottom left. Now this depends from one watch to the other, but I feel like in this case, it kind of works. The movement also has some decoration with the Japanese version of Geneva striping, an engraved rotor with polished anglage on the bridges. It's partially visible through the sapphire caseback, which features a Grand Seiko emblem. Explaining to a group of eager watch geeks how a spring drive works at a Grand Seiko event last year was one of my proudest moments. I genuinely believe that it is a modern miracle. A feat of technical brilliance combining the soul of centuries-old mechanical technology with the accuracy and precision of a modern quartz caliber. It's driven by a mainspring like a mechanical watch, but substitutes the balance wheel for a glide wheel, which is regulated by a quartz crystal and an electromagnetic brake, resulting in arguably the most accurate representation of the passage of time. It doesn't tick or sweep, it glides. The visual effect is surreal. You see time quite literally glide away effortlessly. The Taisetsu and the Four Seasons collection as a whole is not so much about which dial you prefer. Instead, Grand Seiko is asking you a more emotional, personal question. Which season reflects something within you? The SBGA 415 doesn't scream for attention. Instead, much like the stillness of winter, invites introspection. It encourages you to take a moment and look upon it. And in that moment, the Taisetsu impresses an image that lingers. Quiet, lasting, and unforgettable. If you enjoyed this video, do like and subscribe as it goes a long way to support what we're doing. Thanks, and I'll see you in the next one.